Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's Perth Mint Silver Sales Update for the month of July 2017. Well, Perth Mint Silver sales were sturdy in July. Perth Mint sold 1,167,963 ounces, down about 3-4% from June's sales of 1.2 million ounces. Year over year, however, July 2017 Perth Mint silver sales were up 68% from July 2016 sales of just 693,000 ounces. July Perth Mint sales were lower than July U.S. Mint silver sales of 2.27 million. Remember, last month was the first month that the Perth Mint actually outsold the U.S. Mint in silver. Let's take a look. We got some charts. We have some comparative charts between the U.S. Mint and the Perth Mint as well. So here you see the Perth Mint has had 5 out of the last 12 months selling over 1 million ounces of silver, just barely missed in November of 2016. So for the most part, silver sales at the Perth Mint have held up over the last year, 18 months. Really no big deal. There's been a couple of months where they've had dips, but you can see December, that's natural. February was a bit of a dip, but that was because it was a big January. Came back up in March, fell down in April. But since May, June, July, there have been a decent silver sales at the Perth Mint. Please consider making a small or large donation to Smaulgld via PayPal or Bitcoin or Litecoin, either on the website or at the links below, or you can consider or actually become a patron. Right there's a button there. There's also a link below this YouTube. You can sign up to donate a small amount of money each month, $1, $5, $100, whatever you'd like. And that does help the site out. Also, if you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and you don't have an account, I can get you hooked up through Coinbase. If you sign up through this link here, you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin, and Smaulgld gets $10 worth of free Bitcoin when you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin. It's not investment advice to buy any of those, but if you're going to, you've done your due diligence, you can contact your investment advisor, whatever you need to do. You can purchase your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin through Coinbase. You could also store your Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, and a few other coins off exchange by getting yourself a ledger. You click on that link, you can get yourself a ledger for about €59. I think Smaulgld gets a small commission, maybe I think €5 on that. Okay, let's continue looking at Perth Mint. So Perth Mint silver kangaroo coins are basically the real driver of Perth Mint silver sales. They also sell kookaburras, but they're a more limited edition coin. It's a bird that's indigenous to Australia. They also sell a Perth Mint koala, which is also an indigenous animal, a marsupial, I believe. It's not really a bear. Very nice looking coin. I think we might have a picture of one of those guys somewhere. Let's see what they look like while we're waiting. Then we'll take a look at some of the charts. He may be there. No, that is not a koala. That is a panda. That is a Chinese panda. We'll be going through those sales later in the week when we talk about the People's Bank of China and we talk about the Shanghai Gold Exchange back to the Perth Mint. If you want to see the koalas, click on one of these links here. SD Bullion, BGSC.com, Golden Eagle Coin, Money Metals Exchange. You can take a look at pandas, any silver or gold coins you wish. You can compare pricing and shipping at those websites. And if you do buy while you're there, you pay no more, no less than if you visit the sites directly, and Smaulgld makes a small commission. I repeat the same thing, not investment advice to buy gold or silver, but if you are going to, please consider shopping at the links below and on the Smaulgld website, and also check out the banner ads that we have too. See, there's a banner ad for SD Bullion. There's banner ads all throughout the site. All right, so let's look now. Let's skip down to the Perth Mint versus the U.S. Mint silver sales. Now, the U.S. Mint, it's not rare for them to sell over 1 million ounces of silver a month. In fact, most months between 2011 and 2016, U.S. Mint sold 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 7 million ounces in a given month. And you can see here in 2016, in October, they sold 3.8 the U.S. Mint, 3 million in November, 5 million in January. So Getting over a million is no big deal. In fact, the largest month for the Australian mint, the Perth mint, not the Australian mint, the Perth mint was 3.6 million in the first month of introduction of the Australian silver kangaroo in September. There he is right there, hopping along, in September of 2015. But generally, the U.S. Mint outsells the Perth Mint, again, other than in December when the Perth Mint shuts down 3 weeks early to change over the dice. They say that may be a month where the U.S. Mint does not outsell the Perth Mint. But generally, you could see well ahead of the Perth Mint all these months. Until just in June, for the first time, you can see here, U.S. Mint sales of Silver Eagles were under a million, and Perth Mint managed to have a decent solid 1.2 million, and they passed them. Didn't happen again in July. U.S. Mint sales rebounded to 2.27 million, but the Perth Mints held steady. So the Perth Mint is traditionally I would say a gold mint, but ever since the introduction of the silver kangaroo, this one right here, they've become more of a silver bullion seller as well, and they still sell those kookaburras and they sell those koalas, which I wasn't able to show you. Now, here's a longer term chart. You can see that's the spike. I love to show this longer chart because that's September 2015. That's when the U.S. Mint and Canadian mints ran out of silver planchets. They couldn't make any silver eagles or maple leafs, and the Perth Mint, because they make planchets and they're a refiner, they were able to easily ramp up production. They slapped a kangaroo on the back. They used a standard picture of the queen on the front, and out the door they went, the silver kangaroo, and boom. And since then, you could see this is pre-kangaroo, PK, and this is post-K here, and almost all the months are higher than they were before the kangaroo was introduced. Now, what is your favorite silver coin? Well, American Eagle, Canadian Silver Maple Leaf, Perth Mint, Silver Kangaroo, Perth Mint, Silver Koala, Perth Mint, Silver Kookaburra, Chinese Silver Panda, Australian Silver Harmonica, Philharmonic, Mexican Silver Libertad, or the British Silver Britannia. You can go to the website and vote, see what your other fellow Smaulgld subscribers selected. And if you need more information on those coins, I have pages dedicated to each of those coins. Click on those. Of course, you can buy coins through the links that are on those sites, so please check those out as well. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Probably some of you check in all the time, but you haven't subscribed. And also subscribe to Smaulgld. It's very important to be on the Smaulgld list because you never know what might happen. Someone might say something, I might say something, and boom, there goes the YouTube channel. So we'll always be able to keep in touch if you subscribe to Smaulgld.com. Thanks very much for listening.